already clicked the button.
Robot set up. Getting frame.
I'll put this right here. All right. Shalom. Yeah.
Right.
Shalom.
Shalom, Akim.
We're going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh Shai,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem, Rakakadash.
double on apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutations to elect out there, feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is the brother Barak, and I'm here with brother.
Brother, yo, what's up? Shalom, Akim.
Lord willing, this be another edifying lesson.
We're going to be going through various topics today through the Spirit, prophesying on the downfall of this present temporal and evil world.
Yep.
All right. And we're going to be bringing out some scriptures.
Yeah.
All right. So the first precept we're going to be bringing out is in the book of Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Yeah.
All right. So we're coming into a time like never before seen. All right. You're seeing wars, rumors of wars. All right. Wars taking over all over the world. And there's many, many different wars taking on, right, going on right now. There's a lot of tension going on.
It's about to get real bad, I hear.
And it's about to get real bad. You're going to start seeing more T attacks real soon. All right.
And it's a time like never before, right? Like, you know, the thing is, man, like with everybody, you know, especially for the Babylonians, the so-called, you know, these you know, so-called America, there's never been like a time where an actual serious attack on American soil, right? So it's gonna be real bad for these people, and they especially these American people, they've never had to go through anything like, they've never really had to deal with any catastrophes, you know, never had to deal with famine, never had to deal with you know, lack of bread, lack of water.
I mean, the only thing we could really think of right now is 9/11. But
Which we know it was it was a
psyop.
you know,
But the point is
a stage
event. But the point is it's never directly affected most of the people. They've heard about it, they saw it, they never affected them directly. But pretty soon it's gonna affect pretty much everybody in Babylon the Great. And the only people that are going to be protected are the men and you know, women of the Lord. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I had a precept. Yeah, this is the book of Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. So these things have to come to pass. Why? In order to fill out these prophecies, the way that the Lord ordained it, so that we can have restoration of the kingdom. All right, that the Lord is preparing for us right now. But in order for something to be presented to us, for the kingdom to be given to us, this old world has to get destroyed. This earth, this dimension that we're living in right now in this very moment. All right, with that being said, we realize that this is not our rest. As the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 10 goes into, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. For it is polluted, and it shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. So, you know, the men and women of the Lord, you know, those that are sincerely following Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and understand the spirit of prophecy, know that this is not our rest. We're not here to relax, or we're not here to build up in Babylon, to have careers, to ride off into the sunset, you know, with our woman.
This is the book of Amos 5 and 18. It says, warning of the coming judgment. What sorrows awaits you, who say, if only the day of the Lord were here. You have no idea what you are wishing for. That day will bring darkness and not light. In that day you will be like a man who runs from a lion, only to meet a bear. Escaping from the bear, he leans his hand against a wall in his house, and he's bitten by a snake. Right? Yes, the day of the Lord will be dark and hopeless, without a ray of joy or hope. Right? And that's speaking to, you know, these people, man, because ultimately they didn't hearken on to the prophets. You know, and if you think about it like this, right? You know, these people, what happened was what? You know, if first, right, they're gonna get famines, right? Then they're gonna die by the sword and by famine. And if somehow you don't die by famine, well, you're gonna get hit with that nuclear missile, the ICBM nuclear missile, right?
And listen, but you can't outrun the Lord. All right. Whether you want to think you can or not, whether you think you could stockpile, you can prepare weapons. and all sorts of things, you're not gonna be able to outrun the Lord. And that goes for you Edomites out there preparing your bunkers, think you got it all said and done. Or you gotta understand that the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, created each and everything on this earth. Or he has control over everything. This is the Lord's earth, his world. All right, so you can't outrun him.
Sorry, this is dull, right? You're good.
As for these people that don't want to hearken, our people specifically, right? Because when we're coming out here and doing these lessons, we're doing camp. We're compelling the lost sheep of the house of Israel to come in. Those that have been given the spirit of the ability to see and hear. All right, this gospel. For the rest of you people, we don't care about it.
And most of these people out here, walking, they don't want to fucking listen. They don't
wanna
care. They're
hearken.
scoffers, right? You have people, they'll just come by, record you, right? Fuck these people.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
not.
we're mainly preaching to the lost. We're preaching. We are preaching to lost sheep of the house of Israel, and most of these people are online, right? That's why the scripture said you're called to be. I'm paraphrasing, but fishers of men.
Fishers of men.
What is that? What does a fisherman do? He casts the net into the water, right? So what's the internet? It's a net,
Yeah,
right? We use it to find the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right?
I believe it was the Rothschild or the Rockefeller saying that the worst thing to be created was the internet, because the Lord created the internet. He ordained that to happen in the first place to set up these prophets to bring out this gospel, because now this word is able to travel across the four corners of the earth. All it takes is for the Lord to, put that specific video in front of our brother's face. And that's what we got to realize, that we're doing the work of the Lord, man. This is a precious and special calling. All right. This is something to not take for granted, no matter if you get a view, a couple of views, whoever's watching you and whoever's sincerely tuning in, you're responsible for feeding them in a way.
And you have with everything there's a balance, right? The Lord, he makes a balance of things, right? So you have good and you have evil, right? You have you have the wheats and the tares, right?
Yeah.
You have you have like you have what is it? The internet will be used for bad and will be used for
Yeah.
good things,
Yeah.
right?
Because if I could say something, you go online and even if you're trying to watch a lesson or do something productive or look up scriptures, you see in some jiggly ass booty right in your face, or
You
something
have
enticing you and trying to distract you. And the scriptures do say, in 1 Peter 5:8, Satan walks about like a roaring lion seeking to whom he may devour, right? So you gotta always be vigilant. Remember that with the internet, there's the truth is on the internet, but at the same time there's many distractions, and Satan understands that. All right. And I had a precept backed up. I don't know if you have anything you want to bring out.
What were you
It
thinking?
was Hosea 4:6.
Oh man, you can bring that out.
This is Hosea 4:6. My people are being destroyed because they don't know me. Since you priests refuse to know me, I refuse to recognize you as my priest. Since you have forgotten the laws of Yahweh, I will forget to bless your children. And because you see our people not hearkening unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, they were brought through the transatlantic slave trade. They were put into captivity for their disobedience. Right? You got the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Native Americans, the Gadites and the Reubenites. They got their land stripped from them. They got plagued with different diseases. And what are you seeing happening to our people right now? The majority of our people are put in bondage.
And the thing about the Northern Kingdom is that you know they look different because they've been getting raped for longer. You know what I'm saying? They had the both the Northern and the Southern Kingdom had to go through it, right? You hear about like the Trail of Tears,
Yeah.
right? They basically say this is what's your land, but we're gonna kick you out. Just go west. Don't question us.
Yeah.
Just go west. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right?
And
And this is the spirit of Esau, man. He takes knowledge from you, right? He learns from you. He squeezes you out for everything. He takes advantage of your niceness, your generosity, and he fucking spits you out. Fuck these people, man.
and this goes in, and if you could bring out words were smoother than butter, Babu Kusha. This goes into the fact that our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because they didn't want to hearken on to the voice of the Lord. They didn't want to obey his commandments. They didn't want to pay attention to the word. All right. They wanted to go off and worship idols and fill their own lust. This is why these things are happening right now. This is why a majority of our people, these 2/3, are going to get destroyed on this side. All right. But for the remnant, the 1/3 and the elect, we're given the blessing to have salvation All right, the Lord predestines you for salvation, then you're gonna get the victory no matter what. And this is what we're going, speaking about. If you want to bring that out right now.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords." Right. So hold on, let's pull this out just so y'all can see. Right. This is how this guy sounds to people, man.
Let me see.
Just the thing about Esau is that he's very good with his words, and you see these so-called politicians, right? The way they speak, they don't even say right? Like if you hear me speaking, I'll say like or or right, or but these guys, they don't even fucking stutter. They're rehearsing everything they're saying, right? They're constantly repeating these things, and they're saying it with a straight face because they know they have to lie to people.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
how we rehearse the righteous acts, they rehearse the wicked acts. Everything that they're doing is leading up to their destruction, to ultimately carry out these prophecies further. But this goes into the book of Job 9:24. What the brother said: the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. So going into what the brother was saying about his words being smoother than butter, who is he talking about? He's talking about Esau, Edom. Okay, the so-called white man. And we clarify, not every person that is white is an Edomite. There's our people that are scattered amongst, and they take on the appearance of these other nations, but they're actually an Israelite. The point is, though, is this earth has been given into the hand of the wicked.
Then what does the Lord have to do to them? He has to completely cut them off, right? And that's the book of Obadiah.
Can I finish my
Yeah. Go
point?
ahead. Go ahead.
Let's not, right? Because who does this start off with? This starts off with the banking families, okay? You got the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts. There's many, there's a bunch of them, but it starts off with those head banking families, those that are really pulling the strings. Ultimately, the Lord ordained them in the first place to get this knowledge so that they can abuse and manipulate, all right, this world and the things of this world. All right, but these devils in their DNA are designed, man.
They actually like. I was gonna say something, right? But these people, even if you get no views on your videos, whatever the case might be,
Yeah.
they know who you are. They're
know who you
watching you.
Yeah.
They have filtered keywords. They literally, they have systems. They can filter keywords. Like they can like look up a word Esau, and they're seeing all the brothers' videos pop up.
Yep.
You best believe this guy has a whole, what is it? It's called like Osnit, OSNIT. Like it's something, but like it's something to do with like finding people, right? Like through ways of basically tracing people online. They have way more advanced systems than you think, and they know who we are. You know what I'm saying?
You know how the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mightily through the power of Yahweh for pulling down strongholds. These individuals, man, on the left hand side, are working with Satan's devices, right? They have systems and technology that we don't even know about, that they're even hiding, and they're using that right now to figure out who we are. But going back, because I wanted to finish up the point of Job 9:24, bro. It says he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. All right, so this devil covereth the true depiction of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, who had the appearance, okay, of a so-called brown man. All right, not olive skin. He wasn't tan and he wasn't white with long hair and looked like some feminine surfer dude. No, man, he had woolly hair. All right, skin like burnt bronze, and his real name is Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai, he that delivers our salvation, because we get salvation through Yahweh Shai. His name's not Jesus Christ. His name's not Jesu Christo. All right, that's a false name that has been given, that's fabricated, and that letter J didn't even come up until the 1500s.
But that letter J was invented by a man named John Giorgio Trissino, I believe. John Trissino, right? This motherfucker invented the letter J. Okay, and you're gonna tell me that no, it doesn't matter what name we use,
And you know what?
right? And the thing is, what if I went up to you and I just started calling you by your a random fucking name? What if I said your name was John and I started calling you Hector? Imagine. Now imagine you're doing that to you're doing that to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And these people they say name doesn't matter.
Not true. And I have a scripture to prove that. For all you people out there that said name doesn't mean character, right? This is Acts 4:12. neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. All right. So it's not saying that you can call him whatever you want or whatever you choose. Ultimately, that's ignorant. And going into the brother's example, it's the same thing. Like if I was to meet your father or somebody that is of a high honor and respect, grandparent, you know how like these people have elders in their family, okay? Instead of referring to him by his name, right, properly, I just make up some random nickname. Yo, Bobby. What's up, Bobby? Or what's up, Philly? Right? How do you think he would feel? How much more so the Heavenly Father?
You
All right.
people are like, and that's the thing. Ultimately, they don't have any like they truly don't believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They don't even believe the Lord is watching, right? And sometimes demon hop on people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like people they go off and stuff. Yeah, they start doing bugged out things. Yeah, but like the thing is, these people are so easy, like so used to just disrespecting the names of the Lord. They're using 5 different names, man. Yahuwah,
Yeah.
Yeshaya, Ahaya,
And
JC.
look, and we had this right now. There is no hard vowel sounds. All right. There are no hard vowel sounds except for the I sound. There was only hard vowel sounds in our original language. So the names couldn't have been so called Jesus, God, Yahuwah, Yahusha. The true name of the Most High. You have it right there. That's the same.
I'm
That's the
gonna bring
same
this
thing.
out. Just it's a lot easier
It's a lot
to
easier
read.
because I had the same thing, but
Excuse me, bro. So as you can see, right? So you have Yahweh, right? The name on the top is the true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, right? And then the name on the bottom is Yahuwah, which is another name the world ignorantly calls these people. Salakia, the world ignorantly calls, right? Which is the U. There's no U in Hebrew. Neither is there a E. There's no U or E sound in the Hebrew, right?
and this goes into Zephaniah 3 and 9 because there's lots of these camps and congregations calling on Christ, calling on all these other names, Yah, the Most High, Yah. Listen, all right, the Lord, He sent down the ancient holy language, the Lashon Kadash, to those that are able to receive it. For the rest of you people, you're going to be blinded. The scriptures say, I believe it's in Romans 11:7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So ultimately, if you're not able to receive this, if you're not the elect, you're not going to understand. All right, you're not going to be able to understand the true name of the Heavenly Father. And I have Zephaniah 3 and 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahweh, to serve him with one consent. Okay, so we're given that powerful name, and this name pulls down strongholds. If you can bring out Nahum 1 and 7.
I have a couple of things. Can I
Want
bring
to
out a couple of things right after?
right after you can go ahead. We just want to
Yeah.
make that point. That
This is
going into Nahum 1 and 7.
this is the book of Nahum 1 and 7. It says, "The Lord is good." You bring out NIV or KJV?
KJV.
Okay.
Yep, KJV.
Book of Nahum 1 and 7. It says, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and He knows those who trust in Him." Right.
Yep.
It's a stronghold, man. The name of the Lord is mighty tower.
Yep. And the righteous
This
have run
and
into they are safe.
I got the book of Proverbs 30 and 4, right? I think that was the 144. Okay. It says, "Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth?
Yep.
What is his name? What is his son's name? If thou canst tell," right? That's a precept I'm reading right above, right? What is his name? It didn't say names. It didn't say multiple names. It says name.
One true name. All right. One name given among under heaven whereby we must be saved. And we find salvation through trusting and believing in those names and having faith. All right. We got to believe in that name. That we have to have faith. We have to be real certain, man, and have confidence in that name. Otherwise, then you're double minded, man.
And I want to just go back to what I didn't mean to cut the what you were saying earlier, but this is the book of Obadiah 1 and 10. This is, "For that violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yep.
Right? These Edomites, they're so evil and wicked, and all these things that they've done basically just manipulate the scriptures, right? They basically what changed the images, right?
Yep. Covered the
Covered the
faces
faces,
thereof.
right? They were evil. They were torturing us. They were violent. They were putting us into fucking slavery, right? Taking what was ours, taking our they were literally these people, man. Imagine you're on a fucking plantation, right? And you have to go work, basically, most of the day, right? For basically every waking hour, you're working, and then this devil comes and takes your woman and fucks your woman. You know what I'm saying? And then, not to mention, he's putting all these different types of torture devices inside of you, right? Putting they have this certain device called the pear. This devil was literally fucking putting metal inside of your people's ass, bro, and expanding it and just doing all sorts of wicked, crazy things, man.
And
He
it
was
just
pulling. He was pulling off. He was tiring you on the trees, man. He was pulling off our fingernails, right? There's shit that we don't see in our past life that this fucking devil did, man.
all right, he really broke our people, man. And the Lord ordained that. The Lord ordained that in the first place. The Lord doeth all things. But the point is, man, is this devil has to be put into captivity. And soon, all right, his end is coming. Right, very soon. These prophecies they'll have to take place, in order for the Lord to come back, for Yahweh to come back and establish his kingdom. We do have a few more prophecies that have to take place that have not fully came into effect, but which are coming very soon. You want to go into it?
The prophecy that will happen.
Famine of the word,
Yeah. So Amos 8 and 11.
Amos 8 and 11.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, "The days are coming." Let's bring out KJV, actually. So, this, I gotta just slow for a second. Okay. This book, Amos 8:11 says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, that I will send a famine in the land, and not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord."
Yep.
Right? What is that speaking about, man? Getting, the proper breakdowns of these scriptures, man. Because the thing is, these people, we're telling you this now. The Lord, He doesn't work to where, you can just cram for a test. You can procrastinate, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna get these scriptures at the last minute. Now, some people, the Lord may give mercy, at that last minute.
Last moment, right?
But you know what I'm saying? But thing is, these people, they're a lot of these people are past the point of no return, and they believe they can just go fuck around, play video games all day, masturbate all day, eat fucking Chef Boyardee and Doritos and fucking Pop Tarts all day. Right? These people, they believe they can just, you know, they can just go listen to fucking, NBA Young Boy and go just rob people and do credit card scamming all day, and they believe, there's no fucking
There's no fucking hope for
there's
these
no
two
hope for
thirds. For these 2/3, there's no hope. Going into predestination, the Lord, all right, created these spirits in the first place because the Lord's a balanced power. He could do whatever he wants. You can't question the Lord. For all you people that want to say, oh, well, why do young innocent children have to die? You don't know. You don't know who they could have been in their past lives.
I don't want to like go off the what I was saying. I wanted to continue.
Okay.
I don't want to break off from the point, but
Yeah.
basically these people, man, they're not going to be able to procrastinate and then get these scriptures and these breakdowns later out down the line, because the Lord, He's going to send a famine of the word, man. And where are you getting the breakdowns from? YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Because people can open up the Bible and they can read the words, but the Lord didn't give you the proper breakdowns with the blueprints, right? How are you going to understand what this is speaking about? You know what I'm saying?
And you understand this word through the prophets. All right, the prophets, the men that have been ordained from the Lord as utensils to teach his word and break it down directly and correctly, because you can see obviously that your Christian churches are not breaking things down directly and correctly. Matter of fact, part of why our people are not going to be able to receive this word is because they're stuck in these whorehouses. They've been put into bondage through these this basically this slave religion, Christianity.
And the thing is, a lot of these Christians, they're committing what? They're committing adultery, right? They're committing they're calling on JC. They're
Adultery, spiritual adultery.
that's spiritual adultery, right?
No, I have a precept in the
Yes.
book of Isaiah 30 and 10, which say not to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. All right. So what do they say? All the Christian church says all heathens can be saved, all nations can be saved. All right. One under God. Right. They say that all you got to do is just confess that you believe in that false name, JC, and you will be saved.
This basically Christianity just with just using the Hebrew. That's literally what these people are doing now. And the thing is, they're not even using the correct Hebrew.
They're
You know,
using that Yiddish, that fake Hebrew. No, we're talking about the Lashawan Kadash, the Paleo Hebrew. But this is why these people are going to get destroyed, is because they choose to listen to these pastors, man. They're gonna scoff at us in the street. Listen, we're walking. There's how many cars pass by? All right, these people are gonna look, scoff, laugh because they see us in these garments. They're gonna call us clowns. Meanwhile, they'll go listen and bow down to some pedophile priest. All right, some devil pastor in a suit taking your money. All right, because these are people, man. They only look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the inward heart. The Lord understands, and He tries and He knows the intentions and thoughts of our hearts and what we're doing, man. And we're doing this out of sincerity. All right, we're doing this for the elect. Bring it out.
this is the book of Second Esdras 2:27. It says, "Be not wary for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh. Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." Right? These people, they're gonna be fucking miserable, man. They're gonna be fucking dying out here. But the Lord, He's gonna provide for His elect, right? He's gonna perform various miracles, right? He's gonna give us spiritual powers, which we already have spiritual powers, but He's gonna crank them up to a different level. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no you cannot survive what's coming by your own strength, man. No, you need Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right?
And
There's these people out here, these these like Israelite people, right? That they think that they can go build up farms and stack up on guns and food, and they believe that's gonna save them.
an individualite, one of them solo dolo Israelites. They don't want to come under order. They don't want to. They don't want to learn from the right people. They just want to do things willy nilly based off of what they feel. And going into what the brother Barak just said in the book of Second Esdras 8 and 3, there be many created, but few shall be saved. All right, so that number is really, really small compared to the population of the whole world and our people. Because listen, Hosea 1 and 10 says, "I will scatter my people like the sand of the sea." They'll be so numerous. Out of all those people, not everybody's going to be saved on this go around. On this first go around.
Everyone, a lot they should know their people should know they're an Israelite. Just because you know you're an Israelite doesn't mean you're gonna make it, bro.
Because there's a lot of Israelites that are many men crept in unawares. You got IUIC, you got JOCC, GOCC, you got many different camps and congregations, man. They're preaching off, man. They're leading their flock astray. And you think the Lord's dealing with that? You think the Lord's dealing with these bugged out camps and congregations that are speaking whatever the fuck? All right? No, man.
These people just bought a whole ass land. Uh, how many acres, bro? 40 something acres. I don't even know, right? It goes to show you how much their mindset is. They don't believe this world is gonna end. They believe that they can just buy up more land and be safe from this destruction. But ultimately, they're doing it for filthy lucre's sake, right?
Right? We have faith that we have a kingdom that's being prepared and set up for us right now. We're just waiting on the Lord's time. The Lord knows who his elect is going to be. He knows who's going to get saved. And those that are going to get saved, they're going to have a kingdom that is unlike anything you could really imagine here, with your mind. It's going to be perfect. And this is why we have to set our affections. What do you have?
You can go. You can go.
This is Colossians 3 and 2. Set your affection on the things above, not on the things on the earth, right? So everything we're doing right now, us prophesying, us breaking things down, us going through these battles, man, in the flesh, right? It's setting us up for that moment where we're going to have everlasting glory. Our present sufferings do not compare to that everlasting glory which shall be revealed to us. And this kingdom is going to be beautiful. It's going to be perfect. You're not going to have any sinful thoughts. Everything's going to be perfect. The land's going to be perfect. Nothing's going to be polluted. And we're striving for this kingdom, man. Striving to go there. We have faith that we're going to go there, man, Lord willing.
This is the book of I don't want to pivot from what you're saying. You got something?
No, man, just the fact that these people and even these camps and congregations, they're teaching folly and they're going off because they want to fulfill their own lusts and pleasures. We're doing this out of sincerity and charity. We're not selling this wisdom.
414.
404, yeah. We're not selling this wisdom. We're not, plugging in a cash app or breakdowns. We're coming out here and we're doing this for absolute free because we have faith that our laboring will not be done in vain.
What did the elder Manat Zakba said? What? That faith is a free gift from the Lord, right?
Free gift.
And I have going back to these false ass teachers, right? There's the book of Titus 1 and 11. It says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things they ought not for filthy lucre's sake, right? These people, they teach things for filthy lucre's sake, for their own, for their own basically dreams, right? Their own, wicked ass fantasies that these, people have these, they have this wicked ass fantasy of living in fucking Babylon and getting all these fucking bitches and women, man.
And living their life. Live your life. YOLO. You only live once, so let's just no, man. We don't only live once, man. We've been brought through many, many lives, man, reincarnated. But the point is, what we were trying to mention from the beginning is that this prophecy, the famine of the word, is going to take place. In the midst of this knowledge being hidden, there's going to be a lot of false prophets coming out and teaching things incorrectly. So this is a time to prepare now and make sure there's oil in your lamp to where you have that preparation of the gospel of peace for that hour of temptation. That you can say confidently that I've done all to stand, I prepared accordingly. So you're not rushing to submit that last assignment because the Lord doesn't work that way. This isn't something where you can just jump in the group project and sit off on the side and not learn shit and not do anything and get away with an A. All right, those things might have worked when you were in high school, when you were middle school, college, whatever.
There's no respecter of persons in this thing either.
All right.
There's a lot of people, they believe they can just suck their dick to the way up, the way up, man.
Yep.
And in these different types of jobs and stuff, they're so used to piggybacking off of people.
Yeah.
Right, piggybacking, kissing, basically you call it kissing ass, right? Basically just kissing each other's cheeks, trying to telling people smooth things to get a promotion. There's no respecter of persons in this thing, bro.
The Lord's not dealing with kiss asses. All right, you can't do that with the Lord. It's either you're in this, you're diligent to make your calling and election sure, or you're not, or you're slacking, or you're being lukewarm.
And that's why you got to be careful, because these Edomites, bro, like these people have such wicked thoughts towards us, bro. You cannot even give these people like a little, like a centimeter, bro.
A centimeter of like trust. All right, this man will appear to be your friend for a moment, but then he'll come right behind you and he'll stab you in the back. And this is the same person that's covering the faces of the judges thereof. His people are covering the true depiction of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. All right, this is why you got to make sure that you're prepared now. You're learning from the right people, which are the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. With that being said, we went into that first, prophecy, the famine of the word. The second would be the mark of the beast.
You want to go into evil men, seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving.
Bring it out.
All right, this is the book of 2 Timothy 2 and 2 Timothy 3 and 13. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Right? You have a lot of these fucking people out here. They're just telling you things for what, man? They're just trying to fucking no. They'll tell you, you're gonna make it. The heathens are gonna make it, right? You just give us $500. Just give us $1,000, man. Get the fuck out of here, these fucking people. And that's
we don't give a fuck about you. People,
and that's the thing, man. They're gonna tell you that the heathens are gonna make it, that the Gentiles are gonna be saved, right? Yeah, and they're gonna tell you that you can go take all these vaccines, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna go tell you can take the RFID microchip
and bring out
right, which is the mark of the beast.
Bring out Luke 17 and 2, Baba Gusha, because that goes into what's gonna happen to these devils that want to go off, man. All right, the Lord's not dealing with that, man. All right.
Book of let me get KJV.
Bring out the KJV.
There's the book of Luke 17 and 2.
Yep.
It says it would be better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he cast it into the sea, and then that he should offend one of these little ones.
Right. So that basically says that if you're causing one of these little ones, somebody learning to go off, and you're basically teaching them something that's gonna get them destroyed, you're gonna face judgments for that too, man. That's not gonna be
And
left behind.
this is how it looks like.
Just show them the millstone,
See this? So
right?
you know this guy, he has a literal millstone on his neck, man,
And
and
throw
he's
it into the sea.
jumping into the sea,
Throw it
man.
into the sea.
There's no escaping that.
There's no escaping the judgment of the Lord, man. All right. All right. We're supposed to be on the other hand, though, on the right hand side, because this is talking about the left hand side. On the right hand side, we're supposed to be watchmen onto the house of Israel. We're coming out here and waking our people up. Whether you're able to receive it or not, that's up to the Lord.
We're not speaking to these fucking people out here, man.
All right.
We're speaking to we're
The
literally
elect.
we're speaking to the elect, man.
The elect.
Because a lot of people, they're not going to be able to receive this,
All right.
this truth, bro.
The election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right, blinded. That means then everybody's going to be able to receive this, man.
You know, all these people, they fucking care about is eating goddamn hot dogs and fucking, and jerking off and fucking watching TV and they're and having sex with their woman all day,
being up their woman's ass all day, man.
Going to work, going to sleep, right? And that's it. They don't care about the Lord. They don't care about Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. What you got?
No, man. I say we go into the Rev 13.
You got it?
No, I can bring it out. Because this is the thing. The second one of the prophecies that has to take place before the Lord comes back is the ushering in, all right, of the mark of the beast, the implementation of the mark of the beast, which these camps and congregations go completely off. Rarely do you see, all right, very, very rare, you'll see a Christian pastor or one of these regular churches breaking down the mark of the beast correctly. They're not, all right. Some say that the mark of the beast happened 2,000 years ago. Bug the fuck out. All right. Some are saying, even Israelite camps are saying, it's sleeping with the white woman, or it's sin on your forehead, or it's sin in all forms, all right? Or it's the name JC on your forehead, or it's not keeping the Sabbath. And that makes no fucking sense. All right. That is dangerous. And if you really believe that, then you in your mind are bugged the fuck out. All right. If you really believe that, because of course taking the mark, you're gonna sin by taking the mark, but the mark is not sin in all forms. All right. How can you go into a store and buy something with sin, or buy something with the name JC on your forehead?
Of course, taking the mark would be it'd be
the sin.
It would be the ultimate betrayal to Yahweh Bashim.
Because that shows you have no faith. All right.
And you already know this devil Esau, he's not going to just make it so, he's also going to be very convincing with this mark to where, you might be able to he's going to promise, you're going to upload your brain to a computer, man, and you're going to be able to live forever. They're going to do everything in their power to convince people that they need to take this chip.
But the elect, they're not going to succumb to that. They're not going to succumb to the manipulation of Satan. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11, all right, in the NLT, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. All right, so we know, going into what the brother says, never trust thine enemy. All right, for as iron rusted, so does his wickedness. All right, the devil is naturally a devilish, untrusting, fake freak. All right, how are we going to trust him now? All right, every time he says something, he lies.
He's basically like a compulsive liar.
Can you bring out, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first? We're going to bring these two things out and then go into the actual breakdown, the proper breakdown of the MOTB, which you other Israelite camps out there, man, get wrong. All right. That's why it's important, man, because this is pertaining, if somebody takes a mark because of somebody teaching something that's incorrect, ultimately you're causing them to be destroyed.
I got it. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 12:17. It says, "If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, shall he undermine thee."
Right. So he wants to be your friend first. He wants to give out that helping hand. Hey, listen, I got your back. Meanwhile, right now he has the knife ready to stab you in the neck.
Let's bring out the word undermine. It means the synonyms, right? It means to is the word undermine, right? And it means to sabotage or threaten or subvert, right? This guy, he's basically what? He's basically he's a backstabber.
Yeah.
He's a fucking backstabber, man.
That goes into his words being smoother than butter. It all ties in, man. He's a fucking liar. He's a fake. He's a phony. And he's jealous of our people, man. That's why he tries to get the upper edge by being a fucking liar in the first place, man. Goddamn devil. All right? But he's going to try to usher in that MOTB, that Shiragma, which is going to come in the form of an RFID microchip. All right? It's not going to be sin in all forms. It's not going to be the name JC. It's going to be a C-hip. All right? And you want to bring out how the RFID microchip looks like because it's going to be the size of a grain of rice.
So I'm gonna bring
All
this
right?
out, right? So let me bring out the images.
And then we'll bring out actual
So
Rev 3 and 10.
this is the RFID microchip, right? And it's the size of a grain of rice, basically, right?
Yeah,
And then
very, very
we have the
small.
different image. Let's see. I had another image, but you have the other image of
Bring out the Neuralink.
yeah. And you also have the Neuralink, right? Which is this thing is gonna come in all
It's gonna come
types
in
of
different forms. It's not gonna just be one RFID chip. They know this is going into Satan's devices. You know, not being
Right. You have
ignorant to the
Elon Musk
device.
Neuralink, right?
Brain chip.
And you already have these people promoting it. You know, these big YouTubers like Mr. Beast, right?
Kim
Kim
Kardashian.
Kardashian will probably be promoting that because you know they're creating. You know, you already know how many of these so-called fucking Babylonian women follow that, right?
Yeah.
Good. You
Good.
know,
You know.
good. We hope some of these people need to fucking take
Yeah.
that shit, bro.
Some of you people
You need to fucking take
need
it
to
and fucking
die.
die.
You need to die. All right. If you're going off, if you're going against the Lord, all right, and you're scoffing and you're mocking, you need to die. We don't give a fuck about you people. The fuck out of here, man. All right. This is only for the elect.
You have certain people they already taken that Neuralink, right? You know they are, and you know you best believe all these other companies, you know, like Huawei, like Samsung, whatever.
They're all gonna
You know
jump on the bandwagon.
they're gonna try to jump on this bandwagon in some shape or form. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you see these AI softwares come out, and you know when the hardware comes out, when the firmware comes out, whatever you call it, right? Whatever prototype, whatever you want to call it, right? You know, days later, all these companies are duplicating the exact same thing, bro. You take that chip, you're fucking done, bro.
You're doomed, and we're gonna go into that. Should I start off at I'm gonna start off at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Yep.
Go ahead.
This is Rev 13 and 9, Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. That's going into Esau, Edom being destroyed, man, because you killed our people with the sword. All right, you're going to be killed with the sword. You're going to be led into captivity. Scriptures say, not if, not and, not maybe, must be killed with the sword. All right, which is happening to you devils moment very soon. All right. Going on to verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. Those deadly wound was healed, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by the sword and did not live. All right, now we're going to go into it. Right now, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads. All right? And that no man may buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 666. So that is going into the charagma being implemented all around the world. They're going to usher this to the worldwide, man. This is not going to be just in one specific place. No, this devil, all right, starting off with the Esau, Edom, the banking families, want to put everybody on a chip so they can monitor you, they could track you, they could track your bank, your finances, your heart rate, your brain.
And
They want to control you like an Xbox remote.
I didn't want to cut you off, but you have something because I was gonna say that these things, the mark of the beast has to be implemented first, right? and then all this destruction comes afterward.
Yep.
Right. That's just the way prophecy was set up.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is, it could come in steps, right? Because this devil does things in gradualism, right?
It could even overlap. There could be certain, prophecies happening at similar times, right? Am I right?
And that's the thing. Yeah,
What?
Salakia, like nothing. This devil basically, what he'll do, man. Don't be surprised if they do a T word attack
Yeah.
on United States soil, and then they start cracking down.
Yeah.
And say, oh, this we have to start putting in more restrictions, more
Yeah.
more how do you say it?
More surveillance.
More surveillance, right?
More
Because
surveillance.
I wasn't around during that time, but during 9/11,
911.
911, right? 9 nizzle 1, right? 1. This they had that thing that happened, and then right after what TSA scanners, they started cracking down on airports. Right? This devil works through a thing his model called order out of chaos, right? And basically, what does he do, man?
Creates a problem.
He creates a problem. He gives the solution, right?
And he has you begging for it too.
So you see this pattern that he's doing. Be prepared that they do some sort of terrorist attack.
Some T attack. Let's
Yeah,
fucking code, man.
T word attack, and then they start putting a digital ID. Next thing you know, they start saying you got to get this microchip, man.
Got to get it.
You got to get that shit.
And you're not going to get it. If you're a man of the Lord, if you're the elect, elect men and lady and children are not going to take it. The Lord is not going to allow that to happen. Right? He's going to allow that. Touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. You're going to be protected in this hour of temptation, right? So long that you stick by the Lord's side, he's not going to forsake you. All right. But going into, what we were saying earlier, right? And it causes all, small and great. All right. That means all walks of life, rich and poor, free and bond, those in jail, those outside walking around, to receive a mark in the right hand or on the forehead. And listen, don't not to get like technical here. It could be in your left hand too, because what are you saying, dextrose?
Yeah, that word is it hand?
Hand.
I believe it goes into the word dextrose, which means you're basically your hands basically, right? It can be your dominant hand. It can be whatever it is, man.
Whatever it is, man.
This man is gonna put a microchip inside of the body.
You can put the microchip up your ass, and you're still gonna get destroyed. All right.
No.
It doesn't matter where it is. If it's inside your body, all right, that's it for you, man. And Aaron Russo, who was an insider, he said it himself that he had personal conversations at dinner with Nick Rockefeller.
And
with the elites himself.
And ultimately, that's the Lord put that spirit on that guy, right? Temporarily to cause his own tongue to turn against himself. Because right after that,
yeah.
that was a message. That message alone definitely woke
Lots of people up. I mean, that hit the nail on the coffin. And they said one day they want to do that. That's a part of their new world order.
That's through Yahweh Shem, man.
And the Lord is causing that time to come very soon. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be put to that test. All right, people can say they're going to die for the Lord. They're going to, stick by the Lord's side. But ultimately, that test, that final exam, is going to come down to whether you take that mark of the beast or not. That is going to be the ultimate test to see if you are willing to die for the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
And that was through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The scriptures talk about that
the Lord do all things.
Sasaki, it was the day she caused their own tongue to turn against himself.
Psalm 64.
I'm paraphrasing, but it says I'm gonna go to a White House government website, right? And it says winning the 6G race, right? Esau, he likes to use this number 6 a lot, right?
Stand 6 feet away,
right? And so, if you can go, I'm gonna go to use the find tool, right? You can do this yourself, just to see that I'm not fucking making things up. And type in with the find tool on your phone or computer. You just type in implantable, right? Implantable technologies, and it says This technology will play a pivotal role in the development and adoption of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and implantable technologies.
Plantable technology.
That's the key word, implantable, right? So this devil, and then you had Donald Salakia, you had Nero 47,
Nero 47.
right?
DJT.
DJT.
Orange Man.
This guy was literally fucking talking on this panel, whatever you call it. He talked about 6G is gonna help you get. I'm paraphrasing what he said, basically, gonna help you say a deeper look, right, inside your skin. I believe these people, man, they fucking tell you. They tell you. You know, you know what I'm saying? They tell you what they want, man. And there's something called revelation of the method. They tell you exactly what they're gonna do for a later time period, right?
Yep. Predictive programming, per se. They tell you
Because
beforehand.
they believe a lot of these folks believe as long as they tell you, right, that they're okay, they're good,
They're good.
right? And Esau, he does this a
Was
lot,
it
you know.
Atomic Retribution? Is that what it's called?
Revelation of the method. That's what I heard it as. But Esau, he does this a lot where, like, he will literally take something from you, like it might be food or something, right? Because this is what this devil does, and we live with people like this. This fucker will literally take things from you, man. Look, that's the spirit. Look at that license plate right there.
What, 144?
It said LG on it. This devil will literally take things from you,
Speaking of the devil.
right? And he will literally fucking take, oh yeah, I ate your food or I ate your this or that. But he'll tell you so he believes it's okay. Or he'll even like whisper it like a little bit so you don't hear it, but he at least knows he
What
tells you.
He's like, oh, I told you so.
He's like, I ate your food. I ate your food.
Because
But
we knew a guy like that, and he probably watches that shit, man. He's a devil.
and honestly, you
that
go
guy.
fuck yourself, man. You're gonna serve a really nice, hardcore 1,000 years in fucking slavery, man.
Yeah, but back to the point, brother. Back to the point. I mean, these devils, they're gonna try to push that mark onto everybody, you know. But the scriptures say, right when he starts to fill his belly, right? You want to bring that out?
Yep.
Right when he starts to fill his belly, right when he thinks he got it, that's when it's over for him, man. Because this, the Lord put the spirit on these elites, so-called elites, you know, these Edomites, to think that they're unstoppable. You know, they really think that, and deep down inside, they're unstoppable. They're not gonna be touched. Soon, you're gonna be touched, man.
This is the book of Job 20 and 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him
Yep.
and shall rain it upon him while he's eating.
Yep.
Right? And what is that speaking about? It's speaking about when this devil, he's trying to start to implement his RF50 microchip, right? That mark was a beast, right?
You know, and if you take that RFID, you're gonna ultimately receive plagues, man. You're gonna suffer a brutal and wicked death on this side. The scriptures go into, you know, the plagues, what it's talking about. Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured upon his vial on the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So a grievous sore. You're gonna have these people all like pus, like just shit, green
Nasty,
pus,
bro.
juice squirting everywhere.
And the
They're-
scriptures even talk about like they shall seek death, right, but not find it.
Yeah,
Right?
they're gonna.
I even saw this one guy. He literally, bro. He literally popped his fucking face off, the front of his face off. He didn't die.
He didn't
The
die.
Lord kept his ass alive. His whole face is just fucked up.
The Lord does things like that. He'll allow.
He allows the bullet where it's supposed to go, man.
It'll just graze right to
It'll
where
go
it
up,
fucks his whole
it'll
face
go
up, but
up,
he's still alive.
But yeah, exactly.
You know, and these people are gonna suffer a slow, painful death because, you know, when you really, really suffer, it's when you're feeling it slow and brutally. All right, not just a quick, easy in and out. You
You
know,
know, they're gonna try to like, you know, some of these people, if they even have the chance, they're gonna try to climb up a building, but they're gonna be so fucking weak that they're not gonna even have the energy to climb up the building. They're gonna try to kill, you know, I'm not gonna say that, but they're gonna try to, you know, kill, you know,
Kyle.
yeah, off, you know, oneself, right? And they're not gonna be able to, bro,
Yeah.
because the Lord's gonna allow that fucking nuclear missile. He you know, he's gonna save their judgment. A lot of these people, right?
Yeah.
Right where, you know, that nuke hits them, and they're gonna feel that fucking
Yeah,
burn.
'cause
But he can make that burn last for hours, bro.
Some people are so wicked and evil, and you know, we might have sent curses on certain people, and they're still around. Trust and believe, man. Their time is coming.
Yeah, the Lord said, "Vengeance is mine." Right?
Trust and believe their time is coming. It takes faith. It takes faith to not take matters in your own
And if you brothers,
hands carnally.
if you brothers have, somebody, if you're a man of the Lord, right? If the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you're really sincere, right? You sincere Israelite brothers, right? You know, this Passover, man. Pray to the Lord, man. Throw up those prayers. You can throw up, you can send those curses
To suppress your
right?
enemies.
On those people, man. The Lord will take care of it.
And watch the Lord come through, because we send curses on this one specific example, man. One devil that tried to do us egregiously, man. All right. We were very, very merciful and patient. He got what he want, what he got deserved, man. Crying, you know. Should we even go into it?
Yeah, I'll go into
Go
it.
into it, man.
Fuck this person, man.
Go into it, man.
This guy basically was, basically stealing from us, right? We were helpful to this guy, merciful, right? Helpful to this guy.
Very
He's
helpful. Very helpful.
But he's a devil, right? This guy was a devil, right? These guys basically, they try to. Long story short, man, this guy was out here like partying or whatever, right? He comes home and his fucking sister, right, lying there on the floor, fucking dead, man.
OD.
Stiff as a fucking rock.
Stiff as a board.
And Tawada Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, because honestly, I
Good.
threw up curses and I told these
Good.
people, I sent curses on them, right? They added me to like a kind of like a chat,
Trying to
like as like a joke, right?
Yeah.
I said, I'm sending curses on y'all, and I just left. I said, curse all of you. I speak to what I said. I'm saying, curse all of you, all of you. One of them, the other one of them, sister, fucking destroyed, dead,
done.
The other one, this guy is fucking in big ass trouble, bro. Big trouble, man.
Big trouble.
He's responsible for causing millions of dollars of people's money damage, bro.
Because he was in the scriptures go into that. The scriptures go into money gained falsely.
And this guy he would brag saying how much like money he stole. Basically, not money he stole, but in a sense stealing, because he would basically manipulate the markets.
He was finessing. He would do things
basically exploits. He was
unethically.
exploiting, various, crypto DeFi markets, right? The centralized finance markets, to where he basically he was exploiting and then bragging about it, right? And then the other guy, we know
definitely the Lord
Lord's
gonna
fuck his ass.
We don't know what's going on with
him,
but definitely for sure we got faith. It takes faith to realize, man, that these curses are gonna hit when they're supposed to. But the point is, what we were saying, back to the point, right? Some curses haven't hit these individuals yet, and guess what? The Lord is saving it for that day where they become missile food, all right? Where they feel the inside of their body slowly cooking. It's like when you roast something, those chickens
kebab,
that you see, or kebab or something.
Like the Lord's he's gonna make it feel like hours for them, bro.
The Lord's gonna roast you devils like a kebab.
Like like
like a shawarma.
And like Grand Theft Auto, like you have certain characters, you can slow down the time, right? Like he can literally make that fucking burn just like feel like point one time speed, bro.
Because the Lord doeth all things. The Lord speeds up time, and he could slow down time. The perception of the way we see time is way different in the sight of the Lord, and he could just put the spirit on that person for where things feel dragged. It could feel like a day,
bro. And just them not eating alone, just starving. That's gonna feel like painful. That's gonna feel very bad.
When you feel
they're not gonna even be able to sleep, bro.
When your stomach's hitting your back, man, you're feeling the bones touching the back, man. Dude, that's these people don't know what it is to fast, even to go a day without food or water. All right, they eat and drink every fucking 10 minutes. These slobs, half of them. We know people that say, "You went a day without eating? You're gonna die." Well, in the minds of these people, they're gonna stress themselves out to the point where they're gonna get sick because they don't know what it is to go even a day without eating, man. We said it before, man. When those fucking grocery stores are cooked, everything, all right, the beans, the meat, the cereal, it's all gonna be done. All you're gonna see,
the Lord, he's gonna send these locusts too, to where these locusts are gonna just eat up all the crops.
And he's gonna make it in a way where you might show up in there thinking that you're good to go, man. Oh, man, I finally get some food, and then you go in and you see a crystal light packet and a fucking ketchup and mustard, and you're looking at your family members like, How are we gonna split this up? And then you know you got a couple family members that start looking at you like your food. Oh well, shit.
Wait, look at
There's no food here.
Look,
Go to Second Kings.
hold on. Look, this is the type of food these people are gonna be eating. Hold on. Hold on. Walmart. This is This is the type of shit y'all are gonna be eating, bro. Like, if you get your hands on this thing, hold on. Yeah, this thing right here, bro. Like this thing, bro. Like this is what y'all are gonna be eating. Like
That shit that never gets
these
sold.
like
Fucking flavor,
these little
water
flavor
flavor,
packets from Walmart.
Crystal Light.
Like these things right here is like great value. Like water
You
packets.
might get lucky if you find some
If you
fucking
find that, you're
relish.
gonna be lucky,
Some
bro.
fucking relish. All right.
The Lord, the good Lord, He's gonna make it, bro. You can't outsmart the Lord. He's gonna make it so all this food is fucking gone, bro.
Gone. And he's gonna laugh at your calamities. All right, we're gonna laugh at your famines and calamities, man. Because guess what? You were laughing at us. You were making fun of us, man. For all these people that wanted to scoff and mock and well, you know what? You're not gonna be laughing, man, when you're looking on the floor trying to pick up crumbs, pebbles, and is this food? No, it's not food. It's a pebble. That's what's gonna happen, man. Because most people don't know what it is to grow their own food. They don't know how to forage. All right, they don't know how to. They don't have a sense of survival skills. All right, they're so used to just ordering out, door dashing. All right, people don't even know how to fucking cook an egg on a pan. All right, there's not gonna be no more eggs. You saw that too. You saw there was a fucking egg shortage. $12 for a carton of eggs.
Oh, bro, what is it, like $6 a dozen for?
Not even, bro. In some cases, some of the and that brand that ended up getting exposed, right?
What is that? Vital Farms.
Vital Farms.
I don't even know who. Fuck these other like, fuck these like different like corporations and brands, bro. Because ultimately they all work together, bro. They're all.
This is Second Kings 6:29.
Yeah.
So we boiled my son and did eat him, and I said unto her the next day, "Give thy son that we may eat him." And she had hit her son.
I have something to back you up, actually.
All right, so that's what's gonna happen, man. You people are gonna be put in that moment where you're gonna be looking at your kids.
This is the book of Salakia.
You're gonna be looking at your kids and saying, "You know what? I haven't had food in a week. That son of mine sure awfully does look tasty." You know?
This is the book of Lamentations 4 and 10 in NIV. It says, "With their own hands, compassionate women have cooked their own children,
Right.
who became their food when my people were destroyed." And you know the Lord is coming to come back to destroy these fucking 2/3. So you best believe these people are going to be eating each other, bro.
That's one of the ways that they're gonna go out. You know, it's through eating. They're gonna find that pack of hardened seasoning. You know, when you go into the back of the cabinet and you see that seasoning that's been sitting there as hard as a rock, and be picking at it, saying, "You know what? I'm gonna put this on my kid after I eat him." And it sounds funny, man, because it's crazy, but this is really what's gonna be happening, man. You know, this literally the Lord's gonna allow this to happen. All right, people are gonna be eating each other, and that takes a lot of desperation. But that's what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be a time of calamity.
You don't believe this is going to happen, but when people have no more sleep, no more food, no more water, they start making really irrational decisions.
I mean, listen, you're already starting to see, man, throughout these past 5 years, people doing crazy, looting stores and just doing stuff that you can never even imagine, man. They're already acting out of irrationalness.
Imagine when the Lord, basically facilitates that process of chaos where, he basically starts speeding things up and he starts making it even, he's going to make these people bug out even more, bro.
You know, and destruction, let's see, because the Lord might, let somebody live a so-called normal life. They seem fine. And then all of a sudden they just start going absolutely fucking bonkers. The Lord controls that all. And he's going to put the spirit on these people to, yeah. For example, a guy, he'll live with his wife for 30 years. All of a sudden he finds out something and he just kills her and the family. Just like
You're
that.
seeing that happen.
You're seeing that happen all the time.
No, people are just, you're seeing these people like kill their own family over fucking football games.
You're seeing women drop their kids off in a shoe collection box, just leaving their kid. The spirit of going on vacation to the Bahamas, leaving your kid for 3 days, your newborn fucking baby, 3 days in the house alone, no food, no water, no nothing. While you go to Bahamas, while Keisha goes to Bahamas. This is the spirit that we're in right now. All right, and this goes into the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. there be certain spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Continuing on, it says, trouble loading. Fire and hail and famine and death.
Yep.
All these things were created for vengeance.
The Lord is gonna use all these different things,
Fire.
bro. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's gonna basically create that record of he's gonna create a new kill count, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's gonna be he's gonna just wash these people out, man. It's gonna be a oblivion, wipeout. All these people are gonna die. And the Lord is the one who orchestrates these marvelous judgments in the first place. I could have sworn I saw a chariot, bro. I saw something glow up.
Yeah.
I saw something.
I got something. Unless you wanna. Oh, my phone died.
Your phone died?
It's still up.
Let's go into the ICBM nuclear missiles.
Okay. Yeah, I got.
Go into that prophecy, and then we're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah. So this is Let's bring out. I'm gonna bring this out. So this is the book of Matthew 24. It says immediately after this is verse 29. Matthew 24 and verse 29. It says immediately after the tribulation of those days shall be darkened, and the moon shall not. Oh, 440, right? Yes, sir.
Hey,
Those days shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right? Those stars falling from heaven, right? That's talking about those nuclear missiles, right? And when you see, the scriptures talking about these things being, what darkened, right? What is that? What does that go into, right? The nuclear cloud when it blocks everything off, man.
because in that land over there, with those small hats, it was broad daylight, and when they bombed it, the clouds looked dark. It looked like it was nighttime.
Now imagine 200,000 nuclear missiles, bro. The sky is not gonna look. It's just you're not gonna see no sunlight, bro. You're not gonna get. Your people are gonna be looking for a glimpse of sunlight. Except there's no one's gonna be able to look for anything.
It was a wasteland.
Because what?
No.
Sí. Sto leggendo la Bibbia. Sto facendo un video. Sì. Sì. Grazie. Ciao.
Ciao.
Come? Sto parlando della fine del mondo.
Ok. Siamo in tema.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Okay. I was gonna say wasteland.
Yeah.
I could,
Yeah, you're still talking about those 49ers. That guy kind of, I don't know.
I look like one. I'm not gonna lie, but we don't know. We don't know. They were just curious. They just wanted to inquire what we were doing. If they wanted to, they would have stopped and came out and asked questions. But ultimately, the Spirit does all things. We told them we were just reading end times, Revelation. They asked us what verse, and then they went on.
Yeah, basically asked, what
are you guys doing? We said we're doing a video. We're doing a lesson.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, that's right before we were about to close out, actually. So, you have anything else?
Yeah, I got this is a book continuing on the Matthew 24 verse 30 says, and then shall appear the signs of the Son of Man in heaven, and shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right? So after this happens, man, the Lord is going to come back, man. He's going to after at the twinkling of an eye, man, we're going to be changed, and we're going to get beamed up into those chariots, and
that's salvation.
And that's salvation. And you best believe these heathens, they're not getting it, bro.
Nope, they're not going to understand this, and they're not going to be able to come up in the chariots. No Edomites, no Ishmaelites, no Elamites are going to be able to come into those chariots. All right, they're going to be put into slavery. They're going to be put into bondage, man. They're going to be our inheritance. The heathens will be made our inheritance. All right, and that's going to come very soon. With that being said, These prophecies are coming swiftly, man. The Lord is speeding times up. You got to make sure that you're prepared. You got to make sure that you have oil in your lamp, that you're doing what you have to do to stay in tune with the Lord, that you're staying in the spirit, not getting distracted, staying on point, man. Right?
Yeah.
Because we're coming to an end. We are at the end of the world, whether you want to receive it or not. And a lot of people don't.
And
But we,
yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're gonna give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors.
honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and citations to elect out there feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, with sincerity and truth and with charity.
Charity, yep. The brother Yahweh Sop.
I'm the brother Barak.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.